Hi, welcome back to another Craig's World. My name's Craig. Welcome to What Is My Madness. Today, I've done this the wrong way around, but we're going to take the head off this. It's already off. You're going to see the procedure, and when it comes back from the RS. Right, okay, so my voice is going a little bit funny today, but hope you can still hear me. Right, what we are doing, now we've taken all the camshafts off, move everything over, it's time for the head to come off now. So there's a small little tool for these, which it's a square end. So what we do, because there's going to be 10 bolts, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Once we undo all those, we then can take this complete head off and we can see the damage, what has been caused. So make sure that they're fitted in snugly. And there is a slight procedure you can do with this, which I like to do. And what it is, I do the outsides and work in. When you're tightening it back up, there is a procedure you do, which you start from the middle and work out. But all I want to do today is take this off. We're going to take this off, and we're going to take the turbo off. Because this will be took to ERS in Burscoat either today or first thing in the morning to have it skimmed. So we'll look at the damage together. And this is vital when you do this, not to use the wrong type of tool for doing these. And these bolts are specific to this tool. And as you might see, I use my body very gently to push, and I've got a lot of weight pushing behind that. I wouldn't like to use a rivet. I wouldn't like to use an impact drive or a gun for this. You get to feel. And don't forget, this might have never been off, or we're going to see inside it now what nobody's seen since the car was, well, the engine was basically put back together. Only one more to go. After this, we've only got 2 more bolts to do, and that is as far as I'm willing to take that. Then it's all then rebuilds. So, and this particular long bar was one of my new purchases from the show that I went to. Just 1 second ago. I get these, as you know, you see me with these bags. If you can't put the bolts back into where they go, I just use these bags, just as easy. And as you can see, the big long bolts, and they're not a normal size head. Doesn't matter which cylinder these go back into. I might even get, I think they're called stretch bolts. I might even get new ones, because online I've seen they're only about 40 quid for new ones. And then I know that way they're going to be tightened down. We've only got another couple of bolts because, as I said, we're going to take the turbo off too. So I can take the head to ERS, and the turbo will go to AC turbos in Schem to get rebuilt. And I can't wait to get to drive it. And this should be the last two. And we'll drop the oil because I've got the new oil filters for it, and it's easier access while that's all stripped. That should theoretically be it. So the big reveal. Attached. Up. Still got one pipe attached. 1 second. So with this car, I'm debating in what colour to have her. You know how I respray things, re-wrap things. This one. I should theoretically just pull off. There we go. Right. One head taken off. Oh, yeah. So as we can tell by just looking at those, you can see how rusty it is inside. I don't know where there's 2, 3. I've never known it. Must be to have 3 head gaskets, and all this we have to clean when we're putting this back together. All this we just go over with wet and dry and get it as smooth and as clean as we can. You just try and follow the water line. There's a little water, if that goes back on there, there's a water line from here, so one of them might have gone. Well, definitely been water getting into it. Have a look under the head, see if we can see anything with the head. Obviously we're going to clean all in here, but there's no major scoring of the barrels. But these are the barrels, these are your pistons, and I can't see any visible signs of scoring. Well, no, I'm happy with that. Very happy with that, to be fair. Okay, let's turn this head over. You can follow me with this one. So there's the head turned over, which I still find it amazing how it's got 5 valves per cylinder. But when we see this when it comes back, it'll be all nice and shiny. I actually might get them to do the stem oil seals, which are what these are, what make them go. So still got a little bit of work to take all this off the back. I'll do that in the workshop. So I'm very pleased on that one. So the next bit now is to take the turbo off, which is there, which I've already unloosened it, so we'll do that next. Right, on the previous video which I've done, I've already undone all this turbo, especially that stupid bolt that was underneath. They're on these type of bolts. So they are a 17. And I'll show you when we get back into the workshop why I'm going to have the turbo rebuilt compared to the original turbo that I got with the car. With the new kit we're going to get anyway, you get all the gaskets in it. Ooh. And I wouldn't like to take this off without taking that front of the car off. So it's one turbo completely off. That is for there. Just a bit of oil coming out of it. Right, I will see you back on the workbench momentarily. Right. I'll tell you what, I'm so glad I'm in this workshop today. It's 9 o'clock on a Wednesday morning and it's 30 degrees. It's stifling at the minute. So what I'm going to show you now, we've got these into the workshop. So this is said turbo. As you can see a bit. No, if I get some pliers, I'll show you what I mean. This is where it's going to have to be rebuilt. If I just get that there. A slight little play. That slight little play will then start getting bigger and bigger and worse and worse. And while the turbo's off, it's just going to be easy to get it rebuilt, all stripped apart, new bearings, done. But I will show you, I have the original turbo. The gentleman gave me this as well. Now, with this, I am going to put this on mouse. So this one's going on mouse, but that's got a slight play too. That's probably why he changed it. So I'm going to have to get them both rebuilt now, because this one, they're not supposed to. I can do it and show you. They're not supposed to move, they're supposed to be solid. And that is an actual, I don't know if you can see that. That's an actual Audi part. Because there's the back end of the turbo. And you can see that propeller you've just seen at the front is there as well. And this is where the exhaust gases go in. Gets put around that turbo, which spins that blade, which sucks more air through. And that's, so that's going to have to get redone too. Well, there's slight changes on it, but not, I wouldn't say a great deal. We'll figure that one out in a bit, but looks like both of them will go and get done. Now, when I got the parts off this gentleman, when I got the car off the gentleman, I got a load of parts. I.e. the turbo. What else was this? There was 2 brand new wheel bearings, which that's going to be on another video. They're about 80 quid each, roughly. And there's another one. Brand spanking new. So there's, sorry, I was distracted. So there's 160 quid just in them. And considering we got the car for a shade over 600, that's doing alright. So put them in an Audi box. And with it, same again. There was these, and I know these are the dear ones. These are what the gentleman fitted, the red tops. They're about 100 quid for 4. But he's given me a load. There's 2 sets. 2, 3, 4. Yes, 2 sets. So there's 2 sets of, I forgot what they're called. No, spark plugs, coils. So what? Come on, Manny. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put these on eBay. We get some money back. So if I get 50 quid each from them, so there's 100 quid. So there's 300 quid so far in parts that hope potentially I could get back. Obviously there's little lights and little vacuum hoses, spark plugs. There's another one. These are white tops, so I wonder if all them white ones go together. Now the other thing that he did give, and these are rated bits. Aluminium parts, which I'm pretty sure come out. That'll be onto the engine at some point, because I know that is there. That fits onto there. So I'll double check it. So we've got a few other bits. Look at the to that one. Now I did, while I was working on mouse, where are they? I did. You can reuse all ones if you so wish. But I forgot where I put them. Oh, they'll be on here somewhere. Because everything for, I've called a Riley for now. To be on here somewhere. Where I've soaked them. I've done the same procedure what I do with my nuts and bolts, and I soak them in vinegar. Then I put them. I don't then put these through the sandblaster. I then give them a copper wire wheel, and it brings them up. If I try and find it, Trying to find where I threw them. Oh, is that them? Yeah, yeah. Right. I'll show you the difference between. Yeah, you can go and buy new ones. Like I said, you can always go and buy new ones, but they're the difference. Clean. So that's for the bin. That's for the bin. That's for the bin. One of the main water hose pipes because of that clip. So is it? Oh, it's proper Audi too. Proper Audi part. So that must be on the engine somewhere to replace. So as I said, I don't bin anything if I can help it. I wonder where that goes. There's a V-shaped pipe. So we'll put these back in there. Out there. Those. Go out the way on them. Now, for ERS purposes, ERS can't have, or they don't like, or what's on the back of this. Detect them just for spinning around. Let me just put that with that turbo. That's why I brought it in. As I said, I always put stuff back where they go. I know you probably get that in the kit, but just in case you don't, I put it back. And the ERS, when I get it back from the turbo place, it'll be back on it. That's it, get that out of the way. Right. So, ERS, when this goes in, they'll sort. I'll take that out. Yeah. So these have all got to come off. The ERS, because this is higher than that, they do have to come off. So we are looking at just a couple of 10 millis. 10 milli. Like I said, the inside temperature is staggering at the minute. Don't like it this hot. Okay, then what I'll do, once we get all this undone, I'll show you the progress of what we've done with mouse. Well, we've been away. this down slightly so you can now see it. So there is an oil feed, that's what this is. Yeah, I don't know what it is, I really got a sore throat today. That won't be able to come off yet. Is there another one? No. Oh, yes there is. One underneath it. Then put to one side. My film of choice today, I actually when I was at Berkshire Car Boot this week, there was a load of Blu-rays there, so I just bought a load. I said they're just from the workshop, so I'm not that bothered, but there was a lot. Basically worked out about, I think it was 50p a Blu-ray, and the one that I'm watching today is Mission Impossible Fallout. So what I'm going to do with all these bolts, I'm not going to put them back in, but I'm going to put everything in the I've took off here with a bag stating back of head. So there we go, that's off. That's done. 41422. The head number. So that's it, that is complete now. I will give it a little swill out with brake cleaner, and you will see this back once it's all been cleaned and the head's been done. I just want to see if we can see the problem with the head. Now that's supposed to be as straight as a button. Anything which is level and square. Yeah, which is number 3, which I thought it was. And the good thing about where we are, and it looks completely flat. With the window open, this cylinder, number 3, that's the one I suspected, and it's there and there. So if I put that onto the top, you can see a very thin line, and as you pull that across, you get to see that little line, that light there, that light there, that is enough for the water to get through. The same on that, it's the 3. So it is 1, 2, 3. So we found the problem, we know what's up with it. And I'd love to watch them do this, where they put that 2 flat against the machine and a big cutting goes all the way across and then all the way back, and then all that dirt is all disappeared and it's all back to aluminium. But that alone, just to do that, is 36 quid. And then each one of these to do the stem seals are a tenner. So 5, 10, 15, 20. So less than 50, just a shade over, well, less than 60 quid. That's all that done. We'll do the stem seals, and I know the head is perfect. It won't be an issue. So that's our next one. So I'll leave that for now, and we'll catch up that on another video, and I'll put all them away. Now, what you see on mouse, forget that. That's just something I bought on Bursky Car Boot for my building work. I just thought I'd sandblast it and clean it. And these are going to be in the engine bay. This is where the fuse goes to. That's that horn. An unknown mount, which I don't know. Relays go to that one, and then that one's the bonnet catch. The bonnet catch at the moment is, as per usual, being soaked in vinegar. Let's have a look at it. So you can see how from that to how it's getting, because I took all the springs, everything off, and I just leave it soaking in there. It's one of your in a workshop, one of your best friends, that white vinegar. So that's where we're up to on that. For me, it might take a week, but for you, it'll be the snap of a finger and it'll be back. 1, 2, 3, just like that. It's come back. Now, as you can see, I've had it completely skimmed. 500,000th of an inch come off it. I've had all the ports, all these reseated, all in. Obviously, this should be the other way around, and these are where the spark plugs go. I've had it all decoaked as well, which means it's give it a good clean. And today's film, what we're having, Tomb Raider, Cradle of Life. So there's some of the Blu-rays, sorry, that I got from the car boot the other day. So we have got a little bit of work to do to this now. I'm just going to turn it over. I like to put the spark plugs in now, and I also bought a complete new gasket kit, which is there now. I had to get the stem with this. You get the stem seals, which are for these, so they was already in the pack. But as you can see, it's got its rocker cover, the main gasket, head gasket, which is there. These were the exhaust gaskets, which are there. Everything I need is in that kit. That day, to be fair, is about 100 quid, so I'm not really bothered. But that will fit that will fit the head there, will fit that perfectly. Obviously, when we turn it over, we'll clamp it down and we go from there. So thank you for watching this, guys. I'm going to leave this at that part. Now the next part you'll see is when we put it all back together. Now, as per usual, stay safe. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.